Good evening, everyone. This is Sulekha Chandra, founder of Gyan Paradise, live from the podium of Brain Behavior Research Foundation of India. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Meena Mishra, the chairperson of Brain Behavior Research Foundation of India, for giving us this platform to come together. And today we have a very dynamic personality with us, Dr. Sagar Gokhale. Dr. Sagar Gokhale, welcome to this show. Dr. Sagar Gokhale, I would like to give a brief introduction about yourself. He's an academic head at the Seamless Education Academy, which is affiliated with Pune University. He has been a news anchor, an editor, producer, and faculty in the broadcast journalism for more than 25 years now, is it?
20
And,
years.
and it's our privilege to have him here talk about this precious topic, fake news. And before we go ahead, if all of you out there are thinking that what's so great about fake news, let me give you the statistics. And before the statistics, let me all tell you, what does fake news do? It's a misleading information, a false information, but this false information can create distrust, it can create mass anxiety, it can create discontent, a great level of misunderstanding, which can also claim lives. And even WHO told us that with pandemic, we have been accompanied with infodemic because we have so many netizens now posting information every now and then. How do we check the credibility of it? In India, there was this fake news analysis, the whole research was done around it. And let me give the staggering figures to you. Health related fake news, around medicine, medical health care, facilities, viral infection, and doctor patient related issues. They topped the list and it was staggering 67.2%. Fake news can take the form of photographs, text, audios, videos, which constitute around 47.2% of the content. The online media produces fake news, which is around 94.4%. And the mainstream media that we watch every day, it creates 5.6%. And more interestingly, the four social media platforms, so dear to all of us, that is Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, and YouTube. All these four platforms together, they produce the most of the fake news content. And when the relativity of fake news with international connections was checked, it was staggering 54.4%. And since the COVID related news can be positive or it can be negative as well, the negative news amounts to 63.2%, the COVID related negative news. These results must contribute to our academic understanding that how grave this topic is. And we all are responsible for each and every click that we do. So, with this note, I will welcome Dr. Sagar Gokhale, who is himself from the news media, and we will try to understand from him, from his experiences about fake news, and would like him to address us.
Thank you, Sulekha ji. Just I would like to make one change in my introduction. Our CMEDU is affiliated with Tirak Maharashtra Vidyapith in Pune and not with Pune
Right.
University.
Thank you for the
When we are talking about fake news, we should take care of disinformation and misinformation also, but it's okay.
Thank you so much,
So
sir.
CMEDU and Tirak Maharashtra Vidyapith. Okay. You have already elaborated this particular topic with the help of numbers, and these numbers are self-explanatory. And when I'm looking at it from the person who has worked in journalism and in media, what I have seen, and all of us I have observed that people are now shifting from traditional media to online media. And as the numbers which you were giving, the percentage of fake news is much higher in online media than traditional media. And we know any student, any person who is 20 years old, 25 years old, most of the time he's spending on digital media, online media, rather than getting the news from traditional media, from print media or television, news channels, right? So
Yes.
whatever is uh, circulated through social media, that becomes information for the person. The most important thing here is we have to understand that there is false information, there is misleading information, and this information is in different forms. This information is in the form of article, this information is in the form of photos, this misinformation or false information is in the form of videos, and sometimes it is also in the forms of memes, which are very much popular among all the young population. And when we are talking about false news, especially, we have started realizing the danger of false news in last couple of months or couple of years. But false news or misinformation or disinformation is not new for media as such. Or even before media, there was false information and disinformation in our society. Right from Mahabharat, we can find lots of examples when Ashwathama is dead, right, killed, and then the Dhritarashtra is responding. Yes, whether Ashwathama is dead, then the response is Narova Kunjarova. I don't know. I mean, it can be man or it can be elephant. So he's not giving clear answer, right? Creating the doubt. Come back to uh, 20, 25 years ago, 1995, some of us, when we were working in media or we were in college, there was one news which spread across a state of Maharashtra, and that news was Lord Ganesha has started drinking milk. And
Yes, I
it
remember.
spread quickly. All the cities, even small towns in Maharashtra, there were uh, queues in front of Ganesh idol, and everybody with bowl of milk and offering this milk to Ganesh. And they were saying, yes, the quantity of milk in our bowl has been reducing. So there is proof also. They were saying, this is not heard, right? This is not somebody's telling us. We have been experiencing this, and that's why we are telling it to others. But it came to know, all other people came to know about the news the next day, because that time there was only television, and that time Doordarshan might not have given that news. The next day newspaper, the news was known to everyone. Thank God that time that digital media, internet media is not there. But now apply the same logic. What is happening right
Right.
now after that incident? uh, 2 3 years back, there were incidents in Maharashtra, in other parts of India. There was these mob lynching cases, right? Some rumors were spread from social media. Particular tribal people are coming to this particular area and they are interested in kidnapping the children, and people got angry and they uh, killed these people. And lot of incidents like these you will find. The recent example is tweets some political leader, respected political leader who has been into Indian politics with international acclaim. He is making a tweet without cross-checking the fact that particular political leader is no more, and other political leaders start retweeting the same thing.
Yes,
And then the person has to tell, no, I am alive. Right. So this is happening with political leaders. This is happening with mature people. This is happening with those people who are into public domain for 20, 30 years.
yes.
So it's quite natural that the youngsters can spread the news. Now the question is, what is its impact and what is the responsibility of all of us to look at this? How we are going to respond it, and what is the impact? As you have already suggested, impact is innermost. Impact is huge, because without cross checking the facts, without cross checking the information, we get excited. Sometimes we are not in a position to create new content, so many of us are just forwarding whatever we are getting on online media, and we can see the same message, the same footage, the same photograph is forwarded many times. We
Anytime.
start thinking ki this is true. right? So without cross-checking, nobody's thinking about cross-checking. And in journalism, the first principle is being told that if you are getting news from one source, you'll have to cross-check it from at least 2 or 3 other sources, verify the news before you are publishing the news. But some people are looking at it from traditional media aspect. Okay, these were the good olden days, Doordarshan time,
Why do
or newspaper. That is okay, but here we don't have time. We have to break news on social media or on television, so nobody has time to cross check.
you said the very right thing that sometimes when it shows forwarded many times, that means people sometimes think that it's a credible news.
Yeah, yes.
That was something really outstanding.
So basically, the most important thing is we have to apply our critical mind. We'll have to look at any news from different perspective. Most important, what is the source? Is it authentic? You are getting the information, but what is the source? Source is World Health Organization, especially in the
Mhm.
present situation when we are talking about, right, COVID situation. Is the uh, news or confirmed by World Health Organization or at least Ministry of Health,
Ministry of Health.
right? If these people are not confirming the news,
Mhm.
right, some doctor is telling you something, that doesn't necessarily mean he is authentic, because you haven't heard about that doctor. You don't know what is the background of that doctor nowadays, because tips are coming from all the direction. What are the remedies, right? Some people are telling you go for cow dung and you will get rid of corona. Some people will say that you use that agarbatti, so get rid of corona. Some people will say Ayurveda is the best practice to get rid of corona. And not only that, some people are, just now, half an hour back, I have seen one vehicle in my area in Pune, and what was written on that vehicle banner, uh, corona is fake, and if you are taking 2 vaccines, definitely you are going to expose to this virus. So look at the tendency of people who are spreading this news and what is the intention. So is it
Source and
source, is
intention.
it news agency, is it Reuters, is it BBC, is it health ministry, is it World Health Organization, it
Mhm.
is it reputed Medical Institute of India,
It is medical institute.
right? What is the source? Then who is the person who is telling you to do that?
Mhm.
Because tips are coming from all the direction, remedies are coming from all the direction, and you cannot start following each and everything. You are ultimately going to get confused, because what is happening already, the situation is so bad that we are not only affected by uh, what is happening around us, but we are bombarded because of all
But
these news, right? Fake news. And people are now approaching different agencies, psychiatrists, counselors for this treatment. Just now somebody was telling me the person had given the test, he had gone for the test and waiting for the result, but because of the tremendous pressure, there was heart attack and the person passed away. Right? You are not able to stand with that pressure. You are not ready to wait till the result come, and this is all happening
because of the fake news.
because of the fake news. Absolutely right.
And even this research also mentioned that around 800 deaths, and it was only about India. And it said that around 800 deaths have alone taken place because of the misleading information
So there
about medicines, about the pandemics, only fake news.
so there are two virus, one can say. One is corona and second is the fake news, and second is more dangerous than the first one.
True, true, very well said. And recently, I would like to share my experience here. There was this emergency that happened, and even I was trying to help the person and seek some credible sources who could tell me which hospital has the beds available or the oxygen facilities available. Instantly, the moment I said that I want this help, I received so many messages. Now, what happens when you receive so many messages? You got to call each and every person.
Correct.
You have to confirm. Many people are not picking up phones. Many people are not responding to messages. And in case, finally, when I got the help through some credible source, and once it so happened, one of the sources said us, he was a social activist. He forwarded a message. And what did I think in the first place? I will say sometimes we also become a victim of it. Since he was a social activist, he forwarded a message. I felt it's a credible message, and I, sent it to one of the persons who required this information. And the person said, "Have you done the background check, please? Have you called this number? What if I call and the person does not pick?" I said, "Okay, wait, let me do that first." When I called the number, nobody was responding. So I had to go back and tell the person that this is what is happening. Can we really stop it somewhere? Let's not forward this message. So I had to request and also apologize that this happened because I did not cross check. So kindly do not forward this message further. And I had sent it only thankfully to one person. So
Imagine if
it's
you had sent the
happening with
message.
each one of us. It's happening with each one of us. And we sometimes try to educate people and educate ourselves as well. But this is the step. Can we really take this opportunity and make a call? Sometimes people don't take this opportunity or this effort of making a call. That is our only request. When you are getting a forwarded message, please make this effort and make a call. If you feel
Absolutely.
that nobody is responding, please do not forward the message to someone else. So
And
that is, yeah.
just imagine you have sent it to only one group or two groups. Had you sent it to 8 or 10 groups and some members from those groups are starting forwarding it to other, it is very difficult
Very
again to go back to the source, right? First of all, you don't know source, and once that you start creating the damage unknowingly, then nothing is in your hand to control it.
true.
You don't know how many people in which part of the world are reading that news or the message. And look at the tremendous cost all of us have to bear because of this. The cost is in terms of, I mean, political cost, economic cost, social cost, psychological cost.
True.
I remember last year, few messages were passed on social media. If you are eating, for example, particular type of food, then
Mm.
you are inclined to get victim of corona. And people start eating that food. Look at the economy or that particular industry affected. If you are eating eggs or if you are going for chicken, then
Be affected.
yeah, you'll be affected. But think about who are spreading this message and what will be its impact if we believe and all the people started believing this. Look at the farmers, look at the poultry industry, look at the economy. How many people are going to be affected without no reason?
Numerous. There's no count. There's no count.
Right.
Even one more observation that came across was regarding the financial help.
Yes.
Regarding the financial help, there was this message which was circulated. I just received it in one of the groups, and thankfully I knew the person, with respect to whom this message was. And it was written that this person is in hospital. His parents have already died of COVID. He's also fighting COVID, and he is in urgent need of financial assistance. And this is the account number. An account number has been given, ICICI account number details. And thankfully, when I read the name, I felt, oh my God, I know this person somehow through some group. And the number was also saved in my group. And I tried to give a call to this number, although nobody picked up. But then I tried to approach the friends and see what is the status. And definitely, he was in hospital. His parents had died. This news was true. But he sought the financial help was not true.
Right.
And then we had to forward this message to an association who could get it further verified from the bank, whether this account is credible, whose account it was, and why did somebody do this, taking advantage of somebody else's illness. This is also happening. So in that case, what was suggested is that whenever any such financial assistance message is coming up, better suggest the person to go to a fundraising site like Mila,
Correct.
Impact Guru, because they ask you to upload the documents, the credible documents. They also ask you to upload videos, photos, and other prescriptions so that people can trust the source. But if we just transfer, many people had already transferred money to that account. No wonder. But then this is what is happening. So let us abstain from that as well. You had any experiences with respect to financial
Uh,
assistance?
Not exactly financial, but from Facebook, I have got 2 or 3 requests,
Hmm.
friend requests. And then I got message on WhatsApp that someone is sending fake request from my name. So please don't accept.
Okay.
But definitely anything which comes uh, to financial assistance or help, the most important thing is, first of all, you have to cross check the institute,
Hmm.
cross check the where exactly your money is going. That is one thing. And especially sometimes you're getting requests from your friends, so before sending the money, transferring the money, better to call that
All
person,
the.
ask that person what happened, because
Hmm.
later on the similar type of answers you might get, because someone
Exactly.
else is sending you the request on behalf of your friend, and then you are getting excited, you are eager to help your person and to help him out from that situation, right?
True, very true.
So one has to calm down, take deep breath, decide whether what is he really in trouble, one thing. Second thing, what are the ways to help that person,
Hmm.
right? You don't have to take decisions immediately, and the same thing is applicable when we are reading any message on social media and forwarding the message. Who is sending the message, what might be the purpose of that message, what is its impact on me right now, and if I'm forwarding the same message,
Some.
what is the impact it is going to create. Sometimes it is related to health, sometimes it is related to misinterpretation, sometimes it is related to misunderstanding, sometimes it is related to communal tensions as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
So see on how many fronts we are fighting right now. So one has to really make it sure, from my end at least, I will make sure that I will cross check the information and I will not forward the information unless and until it is verified,
Cross-checked and verified.
cross checked. Absolutely.
Very well said. And I just remember when you said that Facebook, sometimes people create 2 to 3 accounts.
Yeah.
And sometimes somebody else is using your profile picture and your name and creating a new Facebook account with some different ID, because we are not able to see email IDs, but they can create the usernames with a slight difference. Maybe
Correct.
SU, maybe SUU,
Correct.
and the
Correct.
person might not even know. And you get a Facebook request, and without cross checking if you accept the requests, and your account gets hacked. This
Absolutely.
recently happened with one of my friends, and she had to toll a lot because of this kind of invasion.
It reminds me of the recent series of memes on the Guardian and the New Guardian,
Okay.
right? Because you take CNN and New CNN, or Guardian and New Guardian, or let's say Reuters and New Reuters, for example.
Mhm.
Common man is not interested in verifying there is difference between Reuters and New Reuters, or Guardian and New Guardian, right? Some people are making some changes in the source name, the authentic organization which have got reputation and history, and other people start believing you are getting the message from this particular organization. Many times we are getting mail also, right? Times of India is sending you mail, for example, or some uh, HSBC bank is sending you mail, and you have 2 crore rupees and something like that. Why they will send you the message,
Why they will send us the message? True.
right?
Not only that, sometimes the websites are so fake. Websites are so fake, and you just click over there and you reach somewhere else. And it's our responsibility that we check the social, not social, sorry, uh, the security, you know, what is it called as SSL,
Authenticity.
SSL, which when you click on HTTPS, if that lock thing appears
Right,
on
right.
the left hand side, when you click it, you get to see whether it's really a certificate given to the credible institute. So that's how you can be sure that this SSL certificate has been given to a credible institute. And they also suggest that when you type, please type the complete website name.
Correct, correct.
Don't just type a few characters and leave it, because then also it can take over.
Yeah.
So those few things also we have to take care. They teach us in cyber security. They teach these things. So thank you so much, Dr. Sagar. It was really
There
wonderful.
is
And
hand
let
raised
me
by Dr. Meena,
summarize
I
it.
think. Dr. Meena wants to
Yeah.
ask something. Yeah.
Yes, I have actually, Dr. Gokhale. It was a lovely discussion. I'm sure whoever sees this will understand uh, the importance or the relevance of checking the news before forwarding it. So I have two questions for you. Number one is, apart from the social media, we are seeing these days that uh, there is television. Television is giving us, all the channels are giving us all sorts of information about the scarcity of oxygen cylinders, the scarcity of beds. So when any channel you open, I think except for the Doordarshan, which has got a calm sense of transmission of information, all the other channels are hyper. But as a responsible citizen, one wants to be in touch with the reality as well. But at the same time, I can say this, not everybody can say this. So my question to you is, can I mean, they are doing their job. They are doing their job. It's their job to highlight the deficiencies in the system. All sides, all sorts of gory scenes are being seen that are being telecast on the television screen. We don't want to see that, but we are forced to see it, and that has a psychological, adverse psychological impact. So my question to you is that somebody who has been into the media, what is and where is the line that these television channels need to draw, or whether what they are doing is entirely correct and we as the audience have to take certain steps? What is your take on this, please?
Yes, what you're saying is absolutely right. I do agree with that, because there is a competition among all the channels, and every channel is claiming that we are standing for truth and we need to expose all these things: scarcity of oxygen, scarcity of beds, scarcity of ventilators. Yes, that is the right of the channels. We do agree. But under present situation, if repeatedly you are showing the same news, what is its impact on society at large? Not only the people who are affected, but also on those people who are not affected. So it is definitely creating lot of havoc, lot of tensions among all these people, right? If you are so so definitely they will have to think about that. They will have to focus on positive news, and let's not indulge in the fights between two political parties. One is making accusation, other is just trying to defend. Let's forget that, and let's try to contribute in our own way uh, to what is happening in the society. Let's concentrate on positive news and make it sure that your news should ultimately uh, should increase the morale of people, not to make them frustrated and pessimistic and gloomy, and as if everything there is almost the end of the world has now come, right? There is it reminds me of famous sentence of the film Gone with the Wind. There is, after all, tomorrow is another day, right? So that should be the focus of all the news channels. Okay, today you are fighting, let's keep fighting, let's keep our spirits high, and all of us are going to win this war. That optimism, that push, that type of atmosphere should be created from their side. But I do agree with the last part of your question, that it is up to us also to how much time we are devoting to media. You get information, you get all the authentic information from all the authentic sites, WHO or Ministry of Health. Apart from that, if you are going through lot of newspapers, lot of channels, social media, lot of people who are tweeting, ultimately what is going to happen? You are going to be affected psychologically, and that is more dangerous. So remote control is in our hand, and in Twitter or social media also, it's up to us how much time I'm spending on social media. And at the end of the day, am I in a position to sleep quietly because of that, or I'm getting more and more disturbed and frustrated?
Very true.
Yes, very true. There's another question. If I may share the screen, I would like to show on the second aspect, that is the social media. This is a message that was that has been circulated. If you could please share, Subodh. It's there on Facebook, and you just see we all are. The government is trying very hard. The specialists in the country, everybody is trying to promote enhanced vaccination, and these are the kind of posts that really if they
Discouraged.
are circulated, they discourage people. They discourage, and they create fear amongst the in the minds of the common man, who is not educated enough, or who is not possibly analytical enough to analyze this question, these things. So if you can see the screen, so they are saying कि टीका लगाते समय मुंह उधर मत घुमाइए, सामने की तरफ ही रखिए, देखिए आपको टीका लग भी रहा है कि नहीं, क्योंकि आजकल लोग दिखा रहे हैं खाली कि टीका लगा रहे हैं, एंड दे आर नॉट इंजेक्टिंग द वैक्सीन. और आप इसमें देखें कि जो वीडियो दिखा रहे हैं, द काइंड ऑफ वीडियोस दैट दे आर शोइंग doesn't seem to be of India, but then when you go and see the comments on this video, on this post, the people have believed it. लोगों ने इतना नहीं सोचा, they did not think कि ये जो लोग हैं इसमें दिख रहे हैं वो इंडियंस दिख भी रहे हैं कि नहीं. They are not looking like Indians. We don't know to which country it belongs. Forget about a part of India. It does not even belong to India. So it's taking a lot of time to load. So there are 3 videos.
But what you're saying is really heartening, and it's very tragic, unfortunate that people start looking at these videos or spreading the messages like this. Past 12 months, 14 months, it is just because of doctors, nurses, medical practitioners, and front runners we are here at this particular stage. Otherwise, just imagine what would have happened.
Yeah,
see this, just have a look at this video. This person
doesn't
look like, it's not from India at all.
Definitely.
We are not, this looks like some a center, or maybe in a car a person is sitting.
True.
And similarly, see this, the language that they are speaking is not an Indian language at all.
Yes.
And then you go and look at the comments of this post, and you would be astounded that people have believed it. So
Not only that, I'm astonished to know that, why would somebody do it deliberately? It's a deliberate action. If I'm not putting up injection and I'm allowing somebody to film me or capture a video of it, why would I do that?
Yeah, so the
I'm
kind of
adulteration, or doing something which is I'm not injecting the actual injection. Why would I allow somebody to capture it?
No, and also see the kind of syringe that this nurse is holding is not found in India. It's quite expensive, and we have just normal syringes. This is a catch which is being used here. We are not having these, and this looks like a common area for vaccination. And of course, the race is entirely different. It's not in India. So through this, I just wanted your.
Will you turn on your mic, Dr. Meena, please?
Yeah. So through you, I just wanted your comments on this, because this is one such post that we have come across. There are many others that we have not yet explored.
I would like to add only one point. When we are talking about one post and we are sure there are many other posts, there is something known as propaganda. If you try showing a typical type of pattern to n number of people repeatedly, some people will start believing in this, and there can definitely be some vested interest who want to create that impression. They might be interested in making a point that the fight against corona can be won without doctors, without nurses, without medicine, without vaccines, which is not true, that all of us are aware of.
So this is an effort that we are through this program. We have also a segment of busting the fake news and giving, sharing these kind of messages and then trying to prove its authenticity and otherwise. So thank you so much. I think you have
So,
answered my
Dr. Meena,
questions
this
well.
was,
Thank you
was
so much.
really an eye opener, telling people the analysis of such kind of a news. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meena. Thank you,
I
Dr.
would, I
Meena.
would
Thank you so
definitely
much.
like to summarize this session that you give an excellent example of Ashwathama, from Mahabharata, when he believed, Guru Dronacharya believed that Ashwathama is no more, despite knowing that Ashwathama has an Ichha Mrityu. And that was one example from Mahabharata. And you also said that before forwarding any news, or we should check the source, and the sources are WHO, Health Ministry, or some credible medical institutes like AIMS. If you have some news channels like BBC and other reputed channels,
Doordarshan.
and Doordarshan, and we must also check the intention. Sometimes we see all of us are intuitive. We must also try to catch the intention behind a message. That is very important. As you just pointed out, the propaganda thing, that people send a repeated message only to spread wrong information and create distrust in the minds of people. And it has, the fake news costs us politically, socially, psychologically, and we pay it, so we must abstain. And you also said that we must stay calm, breathe, take a pause, and then try to analyze the news. And if we feel that yes, we have checked, we have at least given a call to check this news, then only you can forward it. Because nowadays people are frantically looking for oxygen assistance and many other assistance, and there are so many creatives that have floated. It may be definitely toll taking, but we must call, cross check, and then only forward. That is what we can do. But definitely all of us, some or the other point of time, we become a victim of this, but we can definitely prevent it to a major extent. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much, Dr. Sagar Gokhale, for being with us this evening. It's been really enriching and enlightening. Thank you.
Thank you, Sulekha. Thank you, Dr. Meena, and thank you, Mind Matters. And I wish you all the best in all your efforts in spreading the right type of message to all
Thank you
the
so
people.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.